We're going to open up for audience Q&A. If you have a question for Charlotte, just raise your hand and someone will pass you a microphone.
You seem not to stop. You seem to be on the go all the time, Charlotte.
And, there you are.
Especially after you gave birth to your last child. What's the best and the worst things about being so busy all the time?
I don't know, I'm obviously a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I love being so busy. I think there's not enough hours in the day. There's just not enough hours in the day. But I kind of probably, I sometimes wish you could sort of slow it down a little bit. But I managed to sort of pack a lot in. And, you know, if I have to take my children on the road, then they come on the road with me. And whatever we do, we kind of make it work. I think it's really important in life. I think, you know what, you can have it all in life. Why not? I just think, you know, sometimes you're tired, but makeup can hide everything. So, you know what? And, you know, my goddess skin clay mask can hide more. It's terrible. You know, it's like the more I kind of invent fabulous skincare products, the more I think, oh, I can stay out a little bit later. I can be a little bit naughtier. But I think, you know, it's important to be able to kind of enjoy life to the full. I think it's really important that you see your friends, really important that you have fun doing whatever you're doing. I work incredibly hard, but I try to enjoy every moment as much as I can because it's too boring if life is just like too much hard work. You've got to make it fun.
Thank you. You seem to have amassed an incredible team. Would you say that you're, as a businesswoman, very good at delegating? And would you say that delegating is the most important part of business?
I think delegating is a hugely important part of the business. I think it's, you know, difficult sometimes for a control freak like me, just being honest. You know, but I have an amazing team of people. I'm really fortunate. And actually they think like me. I just, you know, we all have a similar vision in how we think about things. You know, it's like, it's just that revolutionary different way of thinking of just, and they're committed to working, to thinking out of the box.
But that's because you're a good leader. I mean, I can say I've worked for lots of companies, but if you're conveying what you want done and your vision clearly, then the passion there to kind of do what you say that's a credit to you.
Thank you. But they do often say, I do, and the business world, I think it always comes from the top. Not to say, you know, I think if it's how you lead a company or how you want it to be, and then you have to employ genius, brilliant people because, you know, I mean, I can't create this brand totally on my own. I've got amazing people that work for me in every department. So, but I think it is, you know, I think if you give them the freedom to be entrepreneurial, to be brilliant, to shine in every respect, to come up with brilliant ideas, then hopefully that's what I hope that's what I try and do. I'm certainly, but I am, you know, it is sometimes like, oh, you know, it's that kind of perfectionist thing, but it's wonderful. It's a wonderful rapport and I love to be challenged. I love to be challenged.
Okay, we have some more questions. Quite a lot of hands. Okay, we have a lady just sitting at the back here.
I can't imagine you or Mary Greenwell or people like Lisa Eldridge ever kind of slowing down or kind of stopping for a long time. But do you see people that you've got your eye on in the industry who are up and coming, either in makeup or hair, that you think, you know, they're being really innovative and people to keep your eye on?
I think there are lots of people out there doing amazing things. I mean, it's tough to say. You know, it's tough to say who or what or how. I think there are genius people in lots of kind of different mediums, and I think, of course, there's going to be other stars rising all the time. I think social media. I think social media has kind of, you know, given people a huge kind of portal in a way to be able to express themselves in different ways.
When you worked for Mary Greenwell, what kind of jobs were you doing? What opportunities did she give you to give you the confidence to go and do what you did? It was like an apprenticeship.
It's an apprenticeship, so you're learning from a great makeup artist, and you're there with all the supermodels, whether it's Cindy, you know, Naomi, Claudia Schiffer, whoever, all these amazing beauties, Linda Evangelista, and you're there assisting her doing shows, and you're doing some of their makeup with her.
And do you believe in the whole apprenticeship situation? Can you bring that into your own company? Is it something that you want to pass on?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, everything in life, the more you do, practice makes perfect, that old saying, but the more you do, the better you become. And when you are with someone and you're learning, you're sitting there just watching her move her brushes and how she's mixing colours and what she's doing with certain shades, I've learned so much from her. And then feeling more confident, seeing her doing it on these amazing supermodels at the time, at the age of 19, was just, it gives you empowerment and confidence to see that happening in real time. Otherwise, you'd be terrified by the time you go onto a shoot, because you've actually been in these situations backstage, you've been on photo shoots, so it gives you confidence to be able to handle those situations or how they would possibly be, as well as learning from a great artist.
Yeah, a great artist as she is.
Yeah.
Did you want to ask anything? No, that's okay. Thank you for your question. Okay, I think there was someone behind. If you want to just pass that microphone back, that would be great.
Hi.
Hi.
So, I feel like over the past few years, the beauty industry has been come to the forefront. It's not so much of an afterthought. It used to be an afterthought, like fashion would come and then beauty. Where do you think it's going to go as the years go on? And also, what do you think of YouTube and social media and the bloggers and what they've done for beauty as well?
I think it's fantastic what they've done for beauty, because I think, you know, in a way there was such a, you know, I come from that world, and it's partly what I'm doing of like the them and us. And so I think so many women didn't know how to put on makeup, and I think it's wonderful that they are showing women how to put on makeup, you know, whether it's in their bedroom and they're going, I found this new product and look, and I'm playing with it, and I'm doing this, that and the other with it. So I think it's fantastic, you know, and I think that they have helped bring beauty to the forefront and view it differently. And I think, you know, beauty is the most powerful thing, you know, for women. And actually, I'm obsessed with men in makeup, or men in certain skincare. You know, I just think, poor things, they don't have the kind of secret weapons we have.
They need the magic cream.
Yeah, they need, exactly. Well, trust me.
Do they buy it?
Trust me.
Okay.
So many men buy the magic cream. And one of the biggest arguments that I know from so many women is the men putting their great big paws in the pot and putting it all on. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone needs it. And the Goddess Skin Clay Mask, loads of men using that as well. Yeah, no, why shouldn't they have a bit of that? You know, I just think it's, and I just think that, you know, beauty is powerful. It's very, very powerful.
I think also I've seen beauty become kind of valid, considered as valid accessories to life. I mean, it's not just a kind of, like doing your teeth in the morning. It's actually something that you buy and that you treasure. And even if you can afford one lipstick, it kind of adds to your whole lifestyle and adds to your whole confidence, I think. Yeah. And that never used to be. I mean, if you think of Avon door-to-door selling, maybe that was kind of the beginning of beauty being something that brought people together.
Yeah, I often think, I mean, I talk about covetable moments. Like, I often think of those kind of like, you know, Marilyn Monroe moments where they could sort of take out the kind of, you know, the compact and the lipstick moment. And I do feel that makeup, the kind of the makeup or the beauty industry had become quite homogenized. Everything was quite sort of black, rubberized, standardized. I was like, what happened to all those amazing vintage, beautiful compacts that were just so divine? And they were like beautiful accessories.
You've done you've used Norman Parkinson's images on some of your compacts. What's that about?
It's Norman Parkinson. So that was really amazing. That was, you know, I'm friends with his grandson. Actually, that was a proper modern kind of relationship, because he saw a picture that I posted on my Instagram of Jerry Hall, and then he was like, you know, I see that you're posting a lot of my grandfather's images, and I was like, yeah, I'm a massive fan. And he said, do you want to come and see the archive? And I was like, are you know, is the Pope Catholic? I mean, do I want to come and see the kind of, you know, archive? And so I went down there, and literally it was just this, I mean, I was just in heaven. And then I was like, oh my God, these images. And one of those images was a 1975 Vogue cover that I'd done with her. Not done with her, sorry. I'm not done with her. And, but it was something that had always been on my mood boards, no matter what I was creating. So whenever I was creating for other brands or myself, whatever, it was just one of those images that always have been there. And I was like, would you ever think about putting this on a compact? And he's like, I really, you know, love what you're doing. I know that you'll respect, because of your heritage and, you know, what you're doing in the fashion industry. I know that you will respect these images in the way that we want them to be respected. And so he allowed me to put it on. I mean, it's like a dream come true. He allowed me to put them on compacts and makeup bags. And so it's coming out in July. Yeah, it's super, super exciting.
It's a great idea.
It's, yeah, no, I mean, to have one of the greats, you know, a photographer like that, I kind of think it's a first. It is a first.
And it makes the item so covetable. It's not just makeup. It's sort of, it's an accessory.
Yeah, it is. And so, you know, I'm very, very fortunate and lucky, because a lot of photographers are and the archive are very protective about what they do. You know, they've been asked millions of times by many people to put their pictures on different products, and they were very, you know, adamant about not doing it. And so I was very privileged and lucky to be in that position, to have that. And they are, you know, they're going to be collector's items, absolutely. And, you know, even things that we did, like, you know, my Film Star Bronze and Glow that you put on you today, which is the kind of showing you how to basically contour your face, but in a really easy fashion. It's the thing that kind of I did on Jennifer Lopez.
I'm literally wearing it every day for the rest of my life.
But it's one of those products that literally, I don't know, you know, a celebrity or a model or a makeup artist or anyone I know that literally that's the one thing that they all have, but it's got that beautiful vintage kind of starburst compact in it. And I wanted something you would take out of your makeup bag, not only would make you look fabulous and kind of sun-kissed and heavenly and kind of glowy and sort of sculpted, but also have that beautiful moment of sort of having something quite fabulous, like a beautiful accessory.
Yeah. Okay, we have more questions. I don't know, I'm going to have to wrap up quite soon because we could talk forever. Okay, lady here.
Hi, I own quite a lot of your products, which I think are fantastic.
Love you.
But I'm also quite obsessed by skincare, and I know you recently launched your clay mask.
Yes.
So are you looking to expand on that aspect of your range, or?
I'm obsessed with skin. I always say, this is my thing. If you don't have a beautiful painting, If you don't have a beautiful canvas, you are not going to create a beautiful painting. But it's that if you prepping your skin is just as important as the makeup. It really is. It's like the magic cream, the kind of goddess skin clay mask. When you put that on, you can. That was, partly why I became kind of well known for what I do, is that people come off planes. We all live in a world where we're constantly dehydrated, we're tired, we're exhausted, and you want something that's literally going to turn around your skin, and that's what they do. They literally, they're like magic. They just turn around your skin. Just suddenly it's glowing, it's plumped, it's full of moisture. I mean, and so as long as I can keep finding amazing, I'll never just do something for the sake of doing it. It has to, everything in my brand has to earn its place. So if I find amazing technology, I work with incredible labs, and if I find something that I think is truly brilliant and can basically, I can't find it anywhere else in the market.
Can you make a fake tan, please, next?
If I can find the right fake tan, I will.
And Ibiza Giselle fake tan, I'm in.
Well, the supermodel body that I created but there was something that, that...
Oh, yeah, which I'm also wearing.
Exactly, supermodel body. That is, that's something that I created backstage when I was doing the Victoria's Secret fashion shows, and the girls, even though they've got these incredible bodies, they sort of wanted amazing sort of like contouring and highlighting to kind of make them sort of look leaner and longer and kind of glossed and contoured, almost as if they were wearing a kind of fake pair of tights, sort of sheer tights. And we would erect this tent and kind of, be there with sort of, highlighters and bronzing and God knows what for like 45 minutes before they would go on. And I went to the labs and I was like, you know what, I would really love something that I could just, because when your face is beautifully done, you want this kind of glossy, fabulous body, but you don't want it to come off on your clothes. And so it took 4 years to develop this, okay? It does not come off on your clothes. It has a roller system. So when your husband's going, come on, we're leaving the house, you can literally be like, and you're done. And you literally look like you're wearing kind of like a fake pair of kind of, those fabulous sort of like, sheer kind of like, tights. And they just make you, they're sort of like, they just do make you look sort of, plumper and sheenier, gorgeous celebrity skin. Kim Kardashian had it all over her body at the Grammys.
Okay, well, there you go. On the Victoria's Secret front, can I ask you, in terms of all those models prepping to walk down that catwalk as naked as they are, how much preparation is that for a model, would you say? I mean, we all see these... Are the models there for 6 hours getting ready, or are they there for 20 minutes for something like Victoria's Secret? I'm so interested in the prep for these things. We only see the end result.
Most fashion shows, most fashion shows, everywhere in the world, London, Paris, New York, Milan, not only that show, but, most fashion shows, you have a call time of 3 hours. If it's a particular show, like a kind of McQueen show, it depends how elaborate the makeup is, it can be up to 5 hours. So it depends what fashion show you're doing.
And did you do the Vogue cover that's out now with Cara Delevingne and Siki Waterhouse and George?
Yeah.
So when you've got 3 girls like that, are you doing all 3, or you bring a team of assistants?
I bring a team. So I have my first assistant I travel with everywhere, Sophia Barbados, amazing, and yes, fabulous, and she will come with me everywhere. So she will be there, and then if we've had 3 girls, then I'll have another assistant. Then they'll be going, right, okay, I want this look. Then I'll be finishing one. Then they'll be prepping another, and then I'll basically either go off and finish it off. So basically, I've got my hand on everything. But they're amazing. They've been with me for so long. They're totally trained up. We have the same language. We talk the same, So
and you probably have that with someone like Mario as well, as someone as a collaborator you work with so many times.
Yeah.
Do you, when you get commissioned to do something like a Vogue cover, do you call him immediately and say, what are we thinking, woodland fairies or, crazy butterflies? Yeah. Or do you just arrive on the day and say, right, everybody, what's the vibe?
No, that's kind of the pressure of it. Sometimes it's very exciting, very challenging. It's sort of like you get them. I work with Lucinda Chambers, was the fashion editor on that, and she's brilliant, such an inspiration. And so is Mario. And Lucinda very much had a vision, and Mario very much had a vision of like how they wanted to look. And she was like, I just think, a little bit of eye, how you kind of make the eyes kind of Charlotte, how you elongate them, give them a bit of a feline flick, but then kind of neutrals. And then I think we're going to wear all these kind of powdery pop colours of sort of inside. So there was the cover, and there was the story inside, and then we wanted to kind of go for those sort of kind of fabulous, kind of bright, ice creamy kind of, pastels. And
does someone like Cara just do what she's told and take what she trusts you, or did those girls at the time actually have a say?
You know what? They are their models and personalities and whatever. But I think there's such a respect and such a trust that they know that they're in really good hands, and that so they love it. They're like, oh, darling, fabulous, and they look in the mirror and it's beautiful, and we all have a fabulous day.
Yeah. And you also, sorry, I'm asking so many questions. We have time for this. One more thing.
Yeah.
When you launched your House of Rock and Roll and Selfridges, and you had Cara doing all the drumming.
Yeah.
For me, that's such a clever. You're so brilliant at that kind of promotion. Or you have like branded taxis and British London taxis in Dallas.
Yeah.
Do you come up with those ideas? I'm obviously thinking you do. How do you actually execute that, and what do you think that brings to a brand? How do you get Cara Delevingne on the drums in Selfridges to launch a brand? How do you do that?
Not many people. She's a friend of mine, so I'm very lucky. You know, I'm very lucky. I know a lot of these people. I hang out with them. I see them. You know, but not a lot of people knew that Cara could drum. I just happened to know that she could drum. Half her friends didn't even know that she could drum. I mean, because this was back then, so you know, it was a few years ago. They didn't know. So I phoned her up and I was like, do you know what, darling? Would you come? And she was in Greece. I was like, would you play the drums for me? Would you do it? And she's like, yeah, okay, great. And so she was like, you know, she was so sweet. She cut her holiday short, got off a plane, came, played the drums. It was
really
amazing.
Well,
really well. She's an amazing.
Really
she's a talented singer. She plays the drums. I mean, act. God, what can't that girl do? But anyway, you know, it was that. But I know a lot about different people, and I also want to kind of think out of the box and also bring a lot of kind of my backstage world and give it to people in a kind of different way, or you know, and like bring a bit of England to kind of Dallas. It's fun. The Tilbury taxis, you know, it's sort of, you know, it's just and do things differently and make it fun, make it exciting.
I think what I really like about your whole vibe is it's very inclusive as opposed to exclusive.
Yes.
There's so many brands that kind of say, oh, we're the top 1% and you can't reach us and we're unattainable, whereas you're very, very inclusive and yet you still have got that quality. And I sound now like a complete sycophant, but anyway.
Okay. Love it. Carry on.
I do feel very involved. I'm invited to belong to your world much more than maybe some of the other brands that have a little bit more distant.
I really hope, because that's what, for me, it's all about all women and making all women look gorgeous. And you know what? If one woman, I feel that I would have really succeeded if basically, you know, I say my motto is give a woman the right makeup and she can conquer the world. And I truly believe that. It happened to me. And my husband's never seen me without makeup. So literally, I sleep in this stuff.
Really?
No, I've always got an eye on. My skin comes off, but the Wonder Glow goes on, the magic cream. But, you know, but I always have a bit of an eye on. But, you know, I think that if you can, you know, give a woman a little bit of makeup, it gives them confidence, and they kind of, that you look good, you feel better. It's just a fact. And you know, I've been on photo shoots at 12 at night, exhausted, and then sort of looked in the mirror and thought, oh, I haven't touched on my makeup since the morning. And then I think, oh, I'll just put a little bit on, you know, because I'm drained, I'm exhausted. I'll paint the colour in, I'll hide away the bags, I'll lift the eyes, and I'll just like, you know, paint. And then I look in the mirror and I go, oh,
I look amazing.
I look so much better. And then I literally have more energy. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. But, you know, it's kind of,
I can see.
You know, call it placebo effect, call it what you want. It's hugely.
Okay, I know we have to wrap up. We have time for one more question because I've asked so many myself. Okay, lady here, and then we'll have one lady there, and then I think we're going to have to wrap up.
Hi.
Just to go back to your packaging for just a sec.
Yes.
I just want to know, how did you come up with the packaging that you did with the maroon and the rose gold? Because it's so beautiful.
Oh,
and also,
thank you.
just to be cheeky,
yes.
Are you thinking about opening your own makeup store?
Good question.
In London?
Hurry up.
There's so many exciting things coming. There's so many exciting things coming. You know, how did I come up with the rose gold and those are just colours. If you come to my house, you'll see them everywhere. It's like, you know, I just love that kind of the colour of that colour, that night crimson colour is the colour of passion. It's sort of, you know, it's sort of hedonistic and naughty and exciting, and it's one of those colours that just, you know, love. It reminds me of all those different things. I wanted something chic as well. I also think it's a very chic colour, and I just didn't want to do something black. And then rose gold, I just think, you know, I think gold is also, again, it has that halo effect. It's beautiful, it's dreamy. And rose gold also kind of is a little bit like the colour of, I have bits of gold in my hair, you know, it's like that kind of, it's just a dreamy colour, and something that, you know, again, you'll see bits of in my house, and it's sort of, those are two colours that are very, probably having red hair's got a lot to do with it. But, yes, sorry, what was the other?
And then the shop.
And the shop. I don't know what
I'm not saying the shop like I know anything, but like the idea of a shop.
I'm not going to say anything, but there's lots of exciting. Just keep posting, because there's so many exciting things coming.
I feel like that must be a natural progression for you, and I hope you start in London for America. Okay, lady there, one more, and then I know that we have to finish.
Hi, Charlotte.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. You've worked on so many famous faces. Is there anyone that you've not worked on?
The Queen.
Brilliant.
Whose face would you choose?
I want to work on the Queen.
I'm sure we can arrange that. Whoever's
Thanks,
listening,
Kibara, get on it.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
She'll do wonders.
Whose face would you choose, and what would you do to it, and why?
So who would I choose, and what would I do to it, and why? I mean, the Queen, I think she's just iconic and brilliant and amazing. I really do. And I really do. I'm not joking. I really want to do her makeup. I'm so desperate to do her makeup. And also, we've got a fabulous red carpet red lipstick that is a matte colour that would just look on her lips, would just look divine.
Come on, Queen.
Like those 1930s pictures. Honestly, it's like literally something that's kind of almost a bit inspired by her. Because you know those 1930s photographs where you sort of see her lips kind of painted in that like sort of beautiful kind of red that they're sort of hand painted in. And that red carpet red is very much inspired by that. So I'm desperate to put that on her lips and do her makeup. But I think she's just such an incredible character. I think she's amazing. I think what she's done for this country, and you know, I think she's just
On that note, you did. We did see it, so we're allowed to say. But you did Amal Clooney's makeup for her wedding.
Yes.
Something like that. You're very hands-on. You're there.
Yeah.
You prep. You rehearse. It's a huge job. Do you get nervous before something like that, or is that just the easiest thing?
No, I think you're in
such a spotlight.
It's an intimate moment for anybody. But it's so exciting. It's such a privilege to be with anyone. I've done quite a few wedding makeups, sort of Kate Moss's and Amal's and. Poppy, Delegating. I mean, I've been in amazing kind of times like that, and it's just such a privilege and an honour to be at that most intimate moment. Literally, probably they're just their family or their loved ones, and and then you, it's amazing. It's so exciting and brilliant, and that's the amazing thing about my job is I do get to be in these incredible things that I wouldn't usually.
Okay, well, you deserve it, is all I can say. We're going to have to end because we've gone way over time, which I thought we might. Thank you all so much for coming. We really, really love having you all. And just a huge thanks to Charlotte. You are so talented.
You also, Megan. Thank you so much for coming.
You.
Thank you for being such an amazing
I will be wearing the makeup forever. Thank you so much. Thank you.